Well, welcome to the House of Flags Museum. I'm going to introduce you to the new presidential flag exhibit. The exhibit's made possible with the grant from the Polk County Community Foundation. So this half of the center room is the exhibit. In the wall straight ahead is the genealogy of the president's flag. And over here on the right are full-size replicas of president's flags with some photographs of flag making along the rail. So let me just introduce you to what we have. The genealogy begins with George Washington. He was our first commander-in-chief, and this is the commander-in-chief's flag. This is George Washington's personal headquarters flag, the actual photograph of his flag that's located in the Museum of the American Revolution in Philadelphia. So the genealogy begins with, before we had president's flags, the national colors, ensigns or Union Jacks, progressing through until the first president's flag for the Navy was in 1882, and it had a mistake in it that I'll show you a little bit later. And Navy flag went to 1885, and then 1901 and 1916. Well, the Army also had a flag when the president was on a military post or in the field, and the Army's flags. And the Woodrow Wilson flag, which was from 1916 to 1945, and then changed, starting with the question by Franklin Delano Roosevelt when he felt he was outranked by his five-star generals and admirals. But he passed away about a month after he asked that question, so the White House staff had a clandestine program to start with under Harry Truman to redesign the flag. And these are all actual photographs of renderings, proposals of the president's flags, including a full-size limousine flag art rendering that eventually became the executive order for the 1945 redesign, which is the same basic flag we have today, except it has 50 stars. Okay, as we look at the other wall here, we have full-size replicas from a proposed 1817 Samuel Chester Reed flag for the president to, again, the 1882 president's flag for the Navy. And they made a mistake and had had red stripes out here, and it should have been white. They used the same number of stripes as on the flag, and from heraldry terms, you don't do that, and we'll show you that in the museum when you visit. We also have period photographs of the president's flags in use. Here's a cigar box art lithograph. Here's Teddy Roosevelt, Sagamore Hill, and you can see the president's flag hanging up in the worst place possible. It eventually deteriorated and fell apart. And then a magazine cover with a representation of the president's flag because the press couldn't really publish it. So that's called the president's fighting flag from 1898, the Spanish-American War. So it progressed through different designs. And finally, the Army corrected the Navy's flag and said, you know, you really should have white stripes on the outside, so it has 6 red stripes and 7 white stripes. They finally corrected that about 1903. Along the picture rail, we have the flag ladies up in Philadelphia who actually hand embroidered the flags the same way they've embroidered for the past more than 100 years. So you can see how flags are made. They're hand embroidered. Oh, you can also see this was the 2012 exhibit of the Eisenhower Oval Office flags, and this is leftover photographs, canvas print of the only 49-star president's flag, and lots more to see, and there's an exhibit book for visitors. And again, this exhibit was made possible with a grant from the Polk County Community Foundation. We thank them very much for that. Enjoy your visit.